I'm Strange Wang. He is Nate. This is the second week of NotTopical. Social media's in the description box. Coffee Count Patreon. All that good shit. The menage of ways to donate money to your favorite YouTubers down there. But, as always, not as always because it's only our second week, kick it off with the movie news.
Okay, so there are a couple things. Again, nothing that like blew my socks off. But
They're champion socks.
So they kind of gave. So Tom Cruise, obviously, he just came out with Maverick, very successful. Got a new Mission Impossible coming out. He's also making a separate movie at some point where they're actually going to send him into space. And,
of course they are.
And put him, yeah, because at this point, Tom Cruise is like the personification of the Fast and Furious franchise, except better.
Yeah, he's an adrenaline junkie.
But he just has to, like, whatever the next big thing is, he has to do it, right?
How mad do you think he was that Fast and Furious beat him to space?
Well, okay, so Fast and Furious didn't... They went...
The idea.
Yeah, like... Tom Cruise is going, like, to the International Space Station
I get that.
to film a segment for his... So the whole movie isn't going to take place in space. Most of it is on Earth. But then they just kind of said, towards the climactic end, he's going to have to go to the space station to do some heroic shit, right? So, Top Gun Maverick...
Probably jumped off his couch. He was pissed.
Like, or... I guess my thing is, like... So that's really interesting. That could change, depending on how well this does or doesn't work, could potentially change a lot of things about filmmaking in the future. But my question is, like, do you think that is something that will make people want to go see the movie? Like, that fact alone. Like, no trailer, no plot synopsis, just the simple fact that, hey, we actually sent Tom Cruise to space. He was at the International Space Station when we filmed this stuff. Like, do you think that alone is enough to just make people go see the movie no matter what?
No. I've seen that before. You go on a field trip, you go to the museum, they sit you down in that little room, close the curtains, and you either get some animals, some marine life, or you get some space footage. I don't care about seeing him in space. Like, I need a plot. I need a, like...
I'm not asking about you. I knew what your answer would be already.
Yeah, I don't think people care about that, though. There's going to be a few people. So, like, out of 10 people, I think 3 out of 10 is going to be like, oh, let's go see that. But they're also the 3 people who saw Tom Cruise scaling on a wall
right.
for Mission Impossible and was like, oh, I need to go see that.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it's a Tom Cruise movie, so, like, out of the last 4 movie stars, his name's already getting people in theaters.
Yeah.
So, I don't think, personally, like, the fact of him alone going to space is going to make a huge deal.
So, I guess, like, a better question is...
Did they say they're not releasing a trailer? Or is this just a you question?
Oh, it's, like, it's still even, like, it's still so in production.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there is no trailer.
Because he's got to work on getting ready to do that.
Well, he's still doing Mission Impossible. And they still have to figure out all the... Because they're, like, working with SpaceX and Elon Musk to try to get him up there and all this stuff, right?
Oh, shit.
So, I guess, like, a better way to frame the question would be if they just shot this in a studio or, like, made a giant, like, a replica of the International Space Station and for all the zero gravity space stuff just did wire work and all of that. Do you think it would change how many people are going to see the movie?
No.
I disagree. Because you said yourself, there are at least 3 people that are going to go because...
Yeah, and I also said those are also the same 3 people that are just going to go to see Tom Cruise do something crazy anyways.
Yeah, but he's not... If they just film it in a studio, he's not doing something crazy.
So, he had, like, arguably, the biggest hit of his career with Top Gun Maverick.
It is the number 11 highest grossing movie of all time.
So his number...
Yeah, like, it's not arguable. That is Tom Cruise's biggest movie of all time.
Okay.
Yeah.
That crowd, maybe, like, 12 spots lower. Or 5 spots lower. most of that audience is going to go see the Mission Impossible movie, whether they've seen the last one or not. And those people are going to trickle down to that movie as well. So, and they're talking about doing another Top Gun movie too, I believe.
They are.
So, if that one comes out before, just because he's still working on space stuff, that movie's going to kill, and then that audience will trickle down. So I think the trickle effect is helping him more than anything.
Yeah, well, so I definitely think that, like, Maverick gave him, like, almost, I wouldn't say a resurgence, because Tom Cruise has always been Tom Cruise, but he's, like, hot right now, right?
Yeah.
So, I agree. I think more people will go see it because they did that. Just because people in general have pretty consistent and massive FOMO. Like, fear of missing out. I don't know if you know what that means or not.
It sounded sus.
It's a common expression. And so, like, there are people who don't care about movies who will be like, yeah, I don't need to go see this Tom Cruise movie where he didn't really do anything absolutely. But you start blasting all over the place. This is the Tom Cruise went to space movie. People will be like, well, I can't be the person who didn't see the Tom Cruise went to space movie because everyone's going to be talking about it and I want to be relevant.
Who's directing it? You know? Sounds like some James
The
Cameron
guy that
shit.
did Edge of Doug Lyman.
Okay.
So the guy that did Edge of Tomorrow and that, like, drug smuggler airplane movie. American Made, yeah.
That seems like some John Cameron type shit.
Some what?
James Cameron type shit.
I was like, who is John Cameron? Is James Cameron's little brother?
Well, John's from Terminator, which James Cameron directed.
Right.
But James Cameron loves science and shit like that. Like with Titanic and things like that. That just seems up his alley. Dude has like a fucking incredible IQ apparently.
Who, James Cameron?
Yeah, it's fucking like ridiculous.
I'm sure he's quite smart.
Like he could have been like a scientist apparently.
Really?
Like that smart.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, like, he wrote Avatar in the 90s and was like, I'm gonna wait. The technology isn't there yet.
I wish he would still wait.
Well, while we're talking about that, how do you feel about... Okay, so Avatar is the highest grossing movie of all time. Again, because they re-released it.
Like, I want to say it sucks because it has made so much money.
It doesn't suck.
But it's mid.
Yeah, is.
It's mediocre as shit. But because it made so much money and there's so many better movies out there.
When's the last time you watched it?
It sucks. When it came out. On Blu-ray, DVD, whatever.
Well, I don't think that's a fair opinion then. I don't feel comfortable saying it's good or bad because I have not seen that movie since 2011 or 12 or whenever it came out.
When, like, that, I was the audience for that, though. So I feel like I do have a right to say that. Because when I, like, didn't watch movies anymore, like, there was a, like, cutoff. 2006, I stopped watching movies for whatever reason. And got obsessed with wrestling. And that's the only thing I would watch. Wrestling came on 4 nights a week. And if it wasn't, I had DVDs of, like, bios or pay-per-views, past pay-per-views, whatever, right? I would watch wrestling all day, every day. From, like, that to, like, whenever a year before The Dark Knight Rises came out. So to give you a little time frame.
So 2007.
2007 to The Dark Knight Rises did not come out 2007. That came out like...
Oh, I thought you said The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight Rises was 2010.
Yeah, so like 3 years I just didn't watch movies.
I think, yeah.
I remember watching 3 movies. Well, 4. The 2 Transformers movies.
Nice.
Iron Man 2. I didn't see Iron Man 1, I saw Iron Man 2. And Indiana Jones 4. And all of those were good movies to me then. So watching Avatar at that time too, well I guess that's 5. Whatever. Charlie, he was like, oh, you can watch these movies, they're so great. You know Charlie. Guy
yeah.
Told me how to play basketball.
The kind of guy that would think Indiana Jones 4 was great.
Well, no, that was like something Joe had, so that's different. But anyways, I digress. Most of those came from Charlie. But he was like, these are great. And I thought they were all great. Except for Indiana Jones, because I've like seen the original. I was like, yeah. That motherfucker, old dog. So, around that time, I was like, you know, like even shit. Drop my phone. Out of all the ones, I know I'm gonna need this later. Out of all the ones I watched, I was like, that's the weakest one. Iron Man 2, Transformers 2, and I thought Avatar was the weakest one.
Yeah, but your like entire opinion of movies has changed since then.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously like better made, but
Like,
I don't think I'm gonna care too much. I'm not gonna be entertained.
like you could have watched,
By the dozen.
You could have watched Manchester by the Sea in that same time frame, or like a movie like it, and you would have thought it sucked.
Yeah, but that's totally different though. That was pure entertainment. Nobody's watching Manchester by the Sea to be entertained. Like,
It's not different. It's not different in terms of the fact that
movies.
your entire opinion about movies has shifted since then.
I am sure.
All I'm saying is, if Nate 10 years ago had an opinion about a movie, and he has not watched it again, that is not a valid opinion.
I think that's wrong.
It's not wrong.
No, because you literally, you compared Manchester by the Sea. You might as well compare the fucking Antichrist or Human Centipede, the fucking Back to the Future. Like, opposite ends of the spectrum.
I'm not talking about the type of movie. I'm talking about
and that
your
movie,
perception of movies at a specific time.
But that movie was made for entertainment purposes.
I'm not talking about a specific type of movie. I'm talking about your view of movies as a whole at a specific point in time in your life.
Yeah, and I still think if I watched it again, it will still be mediocre because I probably will not care about that story that I saw in 1997 with the little fucking fairy and
Fern Gully?
Yeah. I don't give a fuck about the story. Well, I'd be like, that's some good CGI for that time period. Is that like good writing? Yes. But I won't be entertained. And a good movie is a balance of good filmmaking and entertainment. And because that's lacking in the entertainment department, it will probably be a 7 to a 7-8. I don't even think it will go into the 8s. Because...
So at what score is a movie not mid? Because...
50s and below and 80s and up.
Wait.
So from 60 to 70, I think those are mediocre movies. Average.
Wait, so you mean 60 to 79?
Sure.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out what the scale is. You said 80 and up, but then you said 60 to 70.
No, 80 and up, that's like good to great.
Okay.
Or great and awesome, whatever.
Right. So 60 to 79
Yeah.
is just medium.
Yeah, and I feel like if I watched it again because of the story, it's going to land between a 70 and like a 78. Which is still that mediocre range.
Okay.
For me personally, as a moviegoer.
So on a scale of 0 to 10, your scale is from 0 to 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 out of 10 Wangs.
5 is mid.
See, you can't really say that because an F in high school is...
That's not...
Everywhere it's like that. High school, middle school, elementary. If you get a 60, that's an F.
Okay, first of all, the American grading system is trash, and that's a whole nother conversation.
Rotten Tomatoes.
But literally...
If you get a 60, you're barely fresh. What's the other one? IMDb's. What's
But
theirs?
all that is saying is that being half good is not good enough.
Yeah, and I don't think the movie's going to be good enough to ever watch again. And now you put these blue cocksuckers in water. I definitely don't want to see that.
I really do hate that. I hate water movies. We talked about that earlier.
I don't want to see that.
That's like a couple weeks ago. Yeah, water movies suck. They really do. The only water movie I like is The Shape of Water.
I didn't even watch The
There's
Abyss.
not even that much water.
I didn't watch The Abyss because I don't like water movies. And that's James Cameron and John Connor. I didn't want to watch that.
Titanic's okay.
Yeah, but they on a boat. He's like looking at titties.
Jaws. Jaws is a water movie I like.
Yeah, but that's only like half a water movie. Like, I'm talking about movies where they're inside water. like the Meg is like a water movie because like
they're on the boat
walls,
like the entire time. Or well, I mean they go.
The walls.
I mean they're in a submarine
see-through.
for part of that movie. Yeah.
Like you see, like they're walking. The little girl, she's walking down the hallway. She's surrounded by water still.
Yeah.
Like movies like Aquaman. Fuck that movie. Bad CGI because they're underwater.
That CGI is really bad.
Dolph Lundgren's hair, 1 out of 10.
Yeah. I forgot he's in that movie.
And that's not mediocre.
Yeah.
That means it's trash.
He does not fit in that movie either. Like, just his face is just like, what?
It's like he could
what
knock...
are you doing here?
He could knock Jason Momoa out. I don't want to see this. And then they're making the one with the creatures.
I don't know about that.
Bro, Ivan Drago, he'll fuck that man up.
Fuck that. That's a fictional character, first of all.
And he's smarter than him. Ivan Drago... I mean, Dolph Lundgren, one of the smartest people in the world. Prime versus Prime, he would fuck him up. He's so fucking tall. And like Jason Momoa, he's not a small man, but he's not. He don't got.
He's
the reach.
also like really fucking tall.
He don't got the reach on him.
All right, now I'm about to
Google it. Google fingers. And he's got experience as a boxer from Ivan Drago. He ain't got no sword. Jason Momoa ain't got no sword from fucking Count Drago. What's his name? I think it's Drago too. Argo? I don't know. That's a different movie. The Game of Thrones experience with him with a sword is not going to help him when he's getting that ass handed to him by the fucking boxing skills of Dolph Lundgren.
He doesn't have boxing skills.
He had to learn how to box.
So Jason Momoa had to learn how to fight for plenty of his movies.
Bro,
that's such a stupid comparison.
No, it's not.
Okay, so because I had to learn how to fight with a sword, that means I don't have any fighting skills.
He probably doesn't.
That's trash.
He throws axes for fun.
What a shit take.
He doesn't do anything but throw axes and knives in the wood.
Dolph Lundgren is literally an inch taller than Jason Momoa. They are like the same size.
Well, that's a little bit more reach.
No, not necessarily. I'm 6'4", but I have the freaking arms of someone who's 6'6". Like, it doesn't...
I mean, I got orangutan arms too, but I mean, that's not...
Your arms are short. What are you talking
compared
about?
to yours?
Puny. I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger you.
Well, that's fine.
Tiny man.
Bro, you shouldn't shame...
Dolph Lundgren's trash.
No, he's not.
Fuck that dude.
He literally hits Stallone, like peak Stallone, abs on top of abs, and put him in the fucking hospital.
Stallone's tiny.
It doesn't matter. It was a
That
work
does
punch.
matter.
He said, "Just I'm gonna leave it open. Punch me as hard as you can." And he did, and put him in the fucking hospital.
Yeah.
So in a fight,
if you punched
don't call me that.
as hard as you can
In a fight, he gets half of that. Broken ribs. He's punctured at Henri. That motherfucker's dead. He's
Okay,
dying.
first of all,
Jason Momoa be spitting up blood.
your idea of how hard it is to break someone's ribs is incredibly skewed. Okay.
My goodness.
Second of all, if you punched me as hard as you could in my ribs, you could put me in the hospital. Like, that doesn't mean anything.
I don't think so. I'm pretty weak. I know you're supposed to twist into it. That's what Mike Tyson said. When I was listening to the Mike Tyson podcast, he was smoking weed.
Good to know the person who
Mike
has
Tyson was like, you got hit with a twist and
this
put the
most
body in it.
rudimentary punching knowledge is deciding who would win at a fight.
But he has more fighting
You
knowledge.
just have a nostalgic connection to him and you want him to win.
Like, if I could be anyone in the world, it would be Jason Momoa. Have you seen his wife? Have you seen him? Bro, my hair is
Who's
shit.
he married to?
Lisa Bonet.
Oh, who gives a shit.
Cosby Show. But you see this hair? Nothing compared to Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa's got some of the best hair in Hollywood.
That's true.
He's jacked as shit. He's always tanned. I have to worry about tan lines. He doesn't. I would love to be Jason Momoa. But even if I was Jason Momoa, I would be getting my ass whooped to Dolph Lundgren.
Disagree.
And that's all I gotta say about that.
No shot.
What's the next movie news topic?
Well, this isn't recent news. I just didn't know it because I don't pay attention to superhero movies that much. Did you know Jamie Foxx is going to be Spawn?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That movie's not getting made.
Yes, it is. Well,
it's supposed to be made for the last 7 years.
Okay,
That movie was getting made when I enjoyed superhero movies.
So
that's how long ago
yeah,
it was.
the fact that Jamie Foxx is going to be Spawn is not
It's great.
That's
good casting.
It's not the news that because I know that's old news, but they did update. They gave an update on the project. So Todd McFarlane, the guy who created it, really the news is I hired new writers.
Good.
So it's like it's still in development hell. I did not know this. The part that was interesting to me is that Blumhouse is producing it.
That makes sense.
I think so too. They're not filming it. They're still looking for a studio partner, but they are producing it.
Yeah, you need more money for him shooting out.
Yeah, they're like, well, I don't want to say Blumhouse is small, but like that's not their bag, right?
Yeah.
But that was really interesting to me because Spawn does kind of neatly fit into this like horror or pseudo horror like box. So
stop looking at me, Spawn.
right, that's all I think of. And I like my whole thing was I really just want Adam Sandler to be in it.
He doesn't get killed by Spawn.
Yeah.
Or he's just like one of the homeless people and he's walking out the street.
Or he's just like he's just a demon in hell.
Yeah.
And then
literally he could be the clown.
Like, stop looking at me, Spawn.
Instead of John Leguizamo, get him. You know what else in development hell? And that Spawn was really good. It would probably get made.
What?
The Crow.
Oh.
Played by Jason Momoa. Because he put the makeup on, and I was like, Eric Draven's, he's too big to be Eric Draven. Like, he's too big to hold a guitar. I can't see him playing a guitar that big.
Sure.
Like, go do something else. Like, the guy from was that Metallica? That big James Hetfield guy, is that his name?
I think so.
Big motherfucker. He's too big to play guitar. Now, when he's screaming into the microphone, that makes sense. I just feel like he's ward raging every time he's fucking Enter the Sandman, whatever the fuck they play. Like, I don't know anything about them motherfuckers. I know they play that song. It was a wrestling.
Yeah.
But
my cousin's in a Metallica cover band.
I know.
Yeah.
You're at your wedding. His pops was telling me all about it, and his mom was showing me Vans. It was like, because I put mine on, and she was like, "Oh, you're just like my son. He wore Vans to prom."
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh, cool.
Yeah, good call."
What do they look like? They have skulls on them." But is that all the movie news?
Basically.
How do you feel about Mario voice?
Oh, it's trash.
You hate it?
Yeah, I forgot about that shit. Well, alright, that's just shit casting in the first place. That is literally just like...
He's hot right now. Throw him in it.
But is he? Like, who cares that much about Chris Pratt? Like, I don't dislike Chris Pratt.
Mother.
I think Chris Pratt's funny. But he's not a movie star to me. I don't give a... Like, I think there are other people who could have been Star-Lord.
Oh, I'm talking about Mario.
I know, but I'm just like running through Chris Pratt. Get back to it. I think there are other people who could have been Star-Lord. I definitely don't think that he had any place in a Jurassic Park franchise. Like, I just think he is proverbially miscast. This dude just needs to be in Judd Apatow movies.
I like the first Jurassic World, man. I thought he fit kind of well in there.
I don't like that movie.
They should have stopped there. But they're making more, apparently, those two.
But then he just, like, randomly pops up in serious movies sometimes. And when he's used in those, it works really well, I think.
Like, the Marvel War is really good.
I watched Zero Dark 30 for the first time ever. He's literally in the like Navy SEAL unit that goes and kills Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
And so is Joel Edgerton.
Chubby Chris Pratt and Moneyball. That works.
That works. Like, I love him in that kind of stuff.
So who you cast as Mario?
Anyone. Someone that is an Italian.
Is an Italian?
Is an Italian.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, Joe Pesci could be Mario?
Joe Pesci could have voiced Mario.
Bowser, you fucking cocksucker.
Like,
where that fucking bitch at, Princess Peach?
I mean,
you fucking Mama Luke.
Yeah, literally, I'm sure there are plenty of like legitimate Italian actors, like who maybe are just making movies across the sea, who speak English, who could have come and voiced Mario. Like,
So Luigi.
Yeah.
I cracked myself up.
Bowser, you kidnapped my princess. You're an asshole. Get over it. You assaulted him a little bit. You insulted him.
Well, if he's like an Italian, everything's a question. So I'd be like, well, I look like a fucking asshole. But then people are smart, so then they say yes. And it's
well, you know who does look like an asshole?
A fucking smack. You say me, I'm gonna give you a smack.
Who looks like an asshole is the people who cast Chris Pratt to voice Mario. That was
who
stupid.
I would have cast to play Mario?
You know what? Well, go ahead.
Nobody. You know why?
Oh.
Because it's a video game movie.
Yeah.
So make that shit feel like a video game, but just a bunch of cutscenes. So I literally, kids need to read. They're getting stupid and soft, but at least they'll be smart because they watched a Mario movie. You have scenes, and you just have the subtitles and like the cute little Mario things like video games do. Like I was playing Super Mario Party. Them motherfuckers didn't talk. They had a phrase, Luigi. And he'll jump and that's it.
Well, that's the other thing is that like
I think that'd be good.
Mario is for the most part a silent protagonist.
Yeah.
Like
that's not what Captain Lou Albano had the TV show.
Like that's why it's so hard to actually make like a Legend of Zelda movie because
same thing.
Link doesn't talk. Like
I think you could do a Legend of Zelda movie because everyone else talks.
But you better be that's something you have to be so freaking careful with because that is like one of the most beloved video game franchises of all time. If you fuck that up, like that's
you get DBZ'd.
It's gonna make right exactly
Airbender.
Yeah.
I think it could work only because Mad Max is a silent protagonist and Fury Road, basically, well, it has like 10 lines, 12 at max. Like
yeah, but that works for that story. I mean,
you could find a story that it works for him, but I think the Mario thing, if you keep it like close knit to a video game, people aren't gonna care.
You know how you fix the Mario movie?
You don't make it.
You don't fucking make a Mario movie. Not everything has to be made into a movie for you to just try to make money off of, and that it's ridiculous. Like,
and honestly, they probably could have just made that movie with different people, like came up with characters and did like a what's that thing called, a Wreck-It Ralph type deal, and it could have worked.
That's probably true. But here's my thing, and it kind of goes along with what I was saying earlier. Mario is one of the most universally recognized characters in the entire world.
The most.
I said one of.
I think he's number one.
Oh, you think he's number one? Okay, sure. Especially for video, at least especially if you're talking video game characters.
Because the biggest franchise in video games, I think non-biased, Call of Duty, with like the years it's put in right now, it still gets played a fuck ton.
Sure.
They don't have a figurehead. They don't have a guy that keeps coming back.
Right. Yeah.
So Mars is shoo-in. I don't know anything about Fortnite or Overwatch or whatever that thing you play is.
Yeah, none of them really have like specific.
There's not
mascots.
a main guy.
Right.
There's not a Sonic the Hedgehog. There's not a Mario.
Yeah.
There's not a Link.
Right. You're correct. There's not a Master Chief. Master Chief is probably one of the most recognizable video games.
I'll put him at number 2.
So Sonic would be number 2. Master Chief probably number 3. Regardless, everyone knows who Mario is. The movie is about Mario. Mario is the draw to the movie. You don't need a big name actor tied to it. Like, the name itself already sold the movie. You could have literally gotten anyone. Like, why not go get someone who does voice acting work? Go get Billy West. Or, like, any of these people who are, like, call Dan Harmon. Be like, hey, I need a voice actor who can do a good Italian Mario. Who should I hire? That dude probably has 100 voice actors on speed dial. Just do that. I don't understand it.
I think it's because it's Illumination. Nintendo got in bed with like the wrong people.
Well, it's not the first time Nintendo's gotten in bed with the wrong people, but
like this Mario movie is probably gonna come out as like the best sex of your life, but you wake up the next morning with like a STD.
I don't know that I understand that analogy super well, but okay.
Like it's gonna make a lot of money, but at what cost?
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right.
I mean, I usually am.
Part of me hopes that's false. That is an example of you not being right. I hope it doesn't make any money, personally.
So you want to be the Kevin Spacey movie where it makes $10? One person goes and sees it.
Just stop making video game movies. Or, like, at least stop making popular IP video game. Like, I don't want... Unless it is animated and, like, based... Because it is also an anime. If you want to make more animated Pokemon movies, go ahead. I'm sure they'll be great. Or more of the series, that's awesome. But, like, this whole live-action Pokemon stuff, Detective Pikachu, it was fine. it is top 5 best video game movies of all time, which but that's not saying anything. Just stop. Don't make any more Pokemon movies. Don't make a Legend of Zelda movie. Like, a Halo movie could be done well.
Well, he's in TV shows.
Yeah, I mean, there is Halo media, like TV and movies and stuff like that is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, there's just certain stuff you shouldn't touch. The Witcher TV series, incredible, love it. Mass Effect would make an incredible like movie franchise and or TV series. You could do some really cool shit with that. But like Mario, I know the Sonic movies have turned out okay, like, but just stop. Just make up your own shit. It drives me insane.
Yeah, I don't really feel that strongly about it, but I definitely, like, to me, that was what I in the corner, if I remember. It's 30 minutes and I'm not going to watch it all the put up. But there's an Amsterdam review in here some goddamn where. But that's what I said. Like, even though it was, like, loosely based on history, it was still very refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not something I've seen sequels for, or had to go see 31 movies to watch this movie, or had to go and watch all these movies and then go to Disney Plus and watch a TV show to watch this and understand it.
Yeah.
Because I had motherfuckers coming up to me for Doctor Strange and they're like, what happened with Scarlet Witch? It doesn't make any sense. I said, did you watch the TV show? And they said no. And I was like, I went to watch the fucking TV show and then it all makes sense. I don't know this. Every time a TV show or movie's about to come out, I text my buddy Chris and I say, hey, do I need to watch this to understand this? And if he says yes, I'll try to binge it real quick. And if he says no, I'll say, fuck it, I'll watch it when I got to. The only reason, I watched She-Hulk. I just skipped the part where she was twerking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
said, damn, and left.
I feel like I think I'm almost officially done with the MCU. I watched the first 4 phases. I enjoyed them. They were entertaining. The new Spider-Man was great. It was super nostalgic.
They should have ended on that and do a hard reboot.
You know what? I didn't watch Black Widow. I didn't watch Doctor Strange. I didn't watch The Eternals.
You don't need to watch The Eternals.
What else has come out? Okay, I will probably watch...
Shang-Chi's really good, actually.
I haven't watched Shang-Chi.
But it doesn't have anything to do with the rest of the MCU.
I will...
Minus, like,
I will almost certainly watch Wakanda Forever.
I don't think that movie's going to be any good. I think it's going to be pretty good.
I'm open to it.
It also, again, water, Namor.
That's true. Hey, you know what? Well, you know what will help it?
Money.
No
money.
No writing stupid CGI animals.
You technically need to watch Black Widow because it takes place before Infinity War. So technically, I guess that movie, it's not good. It's mid. It's a 6 to a 7.
I haven't seen Love and Thunder.
It's alright. But yeah, I would have just wrapped up all these character stories.
It's just too much. I don't have time for that.
And then do a hard reboot. Because, like, you can bring characters over, like, obviously Loki, his show got mixed in. And he's on a different planet. He's on a different universe than these other cats.
Yeah.
So you can cut it. But yeah, I've been the same way. It's too much to keep up with. Like Harry Potter, it would take me 2 days, 3 days to get through. If I had like 3 off days.
Yeah.
It snowed in. Everyone snowed in. And it's like, movie time, movie marathon. I would throw that on. And I would push through that. I need 2 months, 3 months to watch everything MCU related.
Right.
Because the one thing about the Harry Potter movies that I like so much is these motherfuckers are learning their powers.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going very slow. He's not doing the same tricks he's doing in the last one. So when he does do shit later on, it's the first time you see it. And because the world's so small, and they keep building and building up. He can learn this next. He can learn this next. So like it gives you something to look forward to and something new with each fight scene at the end of like the last 3 or 4 movies.
Mm-hmm.
And it keeps it fresh. I'm not one of these cocksuckers on the internet watching the goddamn MCU trailer. Oh my god. Motherfucker, you saw him throw that shit 100,000 times.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you. That shit's so annoying. But this is supposed to be the part where we don't talk about movies. So, I was trying to switch it in during the video games. I bought 2 video games.
Oh, you did?
That's what they are.
What?
Red Dead 1 and 2.
Oh, sick.
So...
Have you played the first Red Dead before?
No.
Oh, never?
No. I'm a big Western movie guy, too. So, like... that was, like, how cinematic it is. Because, you know, Blake, he was like... You like movies. And you said you liked Uncharted.
Yeah.
Those are the games I suggest for you. Because he watched your video about the video games.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, oh, like, da-da-da, talking about video. I'm like, dude, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I don't play video games. I got an Xbox One. Don't play it. He said, well, if you do decide to play video games, play these 2.
Yeah.
And Rio's brother, he opened up a shop down here. Like, literally. Like, down there where the McDonald's is. In that little lot.
Oh, cool.
And 3 fountains. Nothing but fucking video games. And, like, cards and, like, Pokemon, shit like that. Because I went looking for one thing specifically.
Yeah.
I didn't find it. I had to go somewhere else and I found it.
What were you looking for?
Well,
An MST?
no. Going back full circle. McFarlane Toys, creator of Spawn, does all the DC toys.
Mm-hmm.
He did the Princess Bride toys.
Oh, nice.
So I got a motherfucking Fazzini, you know what I'm saying, dog? So he's down there. He's in the box. You can't really see him.
Ah.
But that motherfucker tight. That Andre's huge though. Like, it's so big. It's like, damn, bro. It's so big. But that's what she said. So I was looking for that. Because at the last place, he had toys and shit. And I was like, alright, I'm already in here. I'm not going to walk out because I'm the only one in here. And he kind of knows me. He's looking at me like he knows me, but he didn't say he knows me. So I'm like, shit. I at least got to look around. Like, he's got old Nintendo games. Like,
yeah,
all types of shit. So I'm looking around. And I see the second Red Dead for $15. I was like, that's a good deal. But I'm not going to buy it because I don't have the first one. Looking brand new. Game of the Year edition. So it comes with like some weird zombie pack too. Brand new. $20. So I said $35
for both.
For both of them.
Yeah.
When I could buy a new game for $65. So I was like, fuck it, scoop. I guess I said deal. I don't play video games, so I'm assuming like GameStop's always high on video games. So
yeah, you probably got a better deal from him than you would at GameStop.
Yeah.
But honestly, I have no idea how much the second one is going for right now. So have you started them yet? Are you going to?
No, I'm going to. Hopefully before the end of the year. Here's my problem.
Because buying them is one thing, but like actually playing them, very different.
Well, I played the Tony Hawk game. I played the fuck out of that. But here's the deal. I'm behind on YouTube videos for both channels. I've made so much shit for my advertising thing I have going that I haven't made anything from it. Not because I don't have ideas, because I'm so obsessed with this TV show House.
Oh.
And there's something in me where it feels like I have to finish it before I can do anything else.
Yeah.
But it's so fucking long. And it's like, it's driving me fucking nuts. It's like,
you're going to get burned out at some point.
Like it's good because like shit keeps happening. But then sometimes storylines just in and out of nowhere. Like fucking, he got shot. And then like, he's bitching about his carpet. Why'd you change the carpet? And like him and Cuddy, they got that thing going on. And then Wilson took her on a date to the musical with House's tickets that he didn't want. And then took her to an art museum. And House is like, I like her, but I don't want to say anything.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at right now. And like, that's really interesting. And like the patient stuff is like also interesting. Case to case. I'll say 8 out of 10. I care about the entire show, top to bottom.
Yeah.
There's some times where I'm like, this patient's a cocksucker. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like the homeless guy who goes in and he's like, I want someone to remember me. I want to suffer. I don't give a fuck about that.
Sure.
Because you're just making the one character feel bad. And, phooey. but I'm in like season 3, halfway through season 3. So that's 5.5 more seasons to go. And then I can play video games and watch movies, which, like, obviously it's going to be a big movie season, so
Yeah.
I'll be watching the fuck out of some movies.
Yeah. You can literally, like, I mean, I'm sure that someone has explained it this way to you before, but it's literally like Wild West GTA. Like, there is no one that you cannot kill if you decide to. You can literally pick absolutely any person you come across, lasso them, tie them up, and like leave them on a train track and stand there until the train comes.
Dick.
And you get an achievement for doing that.
Well, that's good. I know that now.
Yeah.
So did you buy these?
Red Dead?
Yeah.
Oh, I played through the first Red Dead twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
Is this a usual thing for you, or this is good, I need to revisit it?
So, well, when I played through the second time, it was like, this was really good. I want to revisit it. Okay. And, like, I just was in the mood for... Like, I didn't want to play a first-person shooter, but I didn't want to get into, like... So, my two, like, main go-to video games are, like, first-person shooters. I'm a huge Apex guy. If Chris invites me to come play Fortnite with him, I will go play Fortnite with him, even though I really don't like it. When a new Call of Duty comes out, I will probably get it and I will play it with Austin for like 6 months and then we'll go back to Apex. Like, but if I'm not playing a first person shooter, then I really like just the super in-depth like RPGs. So like Skyrim, The Witcher 3, love Monster Hunter World, can't wait for the next Monster Hunter game. Like stuff that is like really in depth.
Also made a movie out of it.
Yeah, woof. So like Red Dead kind of falls into this like mid section for me. Like it's a little more straightforward. It's technically a role playing game, but it's not like as customizable and stuff as like other ones are. But I was just getting in the mood for that. But the second time I went through, I was like, I'm gonna try to get 100% on this game, which it is really in depth when it comes to that stuff. That's really hard to do. And I don't know if I ever did it. I know I got to like, I think there was like a couple like platinum trophies I missed or something, but and I've played through the second one once.
Platinum West trophies.
I played through the second one once, and just heard that they are getting ready to like give it a full blown PS5 upgrade, and if you already own the game, then you get like the upgrade for free.
Oh, nice.
So that has had me interested in going back and playing the second one again because it was also very good. But I almost don't even care about, like, I just want to go explore, honestly. Like, that's just kind of what I want. I just want to get on this and just, like, run around and explore and shit.
You ever played the Uncharted?
I have not.
You need to. Like, I remember when I got my PS3. I got it solely for wrestling games.
Mm-hmm.
But then it came with Uncharted. And I was like, yeah, I'll check it out. And then this was around the time that, like, I saw on The Dark Knight. And was like, I'll watch a movie, like, once a week. And then, like, that being so cinematic, it was like, this is the greatest thing ever. And then I had to go out and buy number 2.
Yeah.
And then 3 came out, and it was, like, a really big deal. And I pre-ordered. That was probably the first non-wrestling game I ever pre-ordered.
Wait, what game?
Uncharted 3.
Oh, Uncharted. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I've never gone through those. I'm sure I have played a little bit of the first one.
Oh, it's Indiana Jones, basically.
And then I got distracted by something. I can't remember what it was, and I never went back to it. But I have...
Probably a female.
Actually, I have, like, a whole collection downloaded.
A white one.
And then... What I've also been wanting to go back and play lately, which I have, like, the PlayStation Plus membership. So, like, there's a ton of games that you can just stream for free. I want to go back and play all of the, like, Arkham Asylum series of games, because those are also very good.
I actually think I sold all mine.
Oh, really?
Like, I had them for the PS3, and I was like, I don't want to play video games. Because that was like, because I did watch The Dark Knight. I bought all of those. And I bought the Deadpool game.
Huh.
And I bought GTA. And then My favorite, probably top 5 favorite video games of all time. I don't play video games now, just very low on video games. But the NBA Street Ball with Carmelo Anthony on the cover.
NBA Street, yeah.
But it's like a different one. Because they had NBA Street 2 for the PS2.
Huh.
And they had the guy on the cover with the afro, and I always played as Steve Nash. Because I was the only white kid playing basketball with the black kids.
Mm-hmm.
And they would call me Steve Nash. Because I couldn't shoot worth the fuck about.
Yeah.
I was just really good at passing.
They all called me Dirk.
Dirk, yeah. He's just throwing your leg up when you doing fadeaways. But yeah, so like Carmelo Anthony, that one, like, dude, I used to live across the street with, be up all fucking night playing that shit. Like, so much fun. And like, soundtrack to it's amazing. I think that's what it is. If like the soundtrack is amazing to a game, I'll play it.
That definitely helps. That's one of the most memorable things about Need for Speed Underground, too. You load that shit up, the loading screen starts, you hear some tires squealing, some engines revving, and then just go straight into da-da-da-da-dum,
Yeah.
da-da-da-da-da-dum.
Like, that shit. Like, I'll just leave it on that screen. And just,
like, I had no clue who Petey Pablo was before Need for Speed Underground 2.
yeah.
Like,
I remember, like, I borrowed somebody's fucking... I don't remember what the game's called now. It was like, it wasn't the G-Unit game, but like, it was around this time when all the rappers had games. Like, it was a Wu-Tang Clan game.
yeah.
But it's like the one, Def Jam. That's what it was.
Oh.
All the rappers fighting each other.
Yeah.
It's basically like, there's a street fighting the fuck out of one another. That shit was so fun. I didn't know who anyone was. But Snoop Dogg looked the coolest. I was Snoop Dogg.
Nice.
But I always get fucked up by Fat Joe because I couldn't pick him up or anything.
Oh.
But one of the games I like absolutely loved as a child, that like I would want to go back and play now because how much I enjoyed the movie, The Warriors. You ever play that?
No.
Like, I don't know. They probably remastered it, or I could probably get it on for the whatever Xbox. I don't know. Store, I guess. I don't know if it's got a special name, but if they like did it for like a PS3 copy or whatever,
Yeah,
that shit
might
was
be. I don't know.
fucking so fun.
That's interesting.
You would like go and like spray graffiti and tag stuff. Good times.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
You used to be fighting other gangs. The Baseball Furies. You ever seen The Warriors?
It's been a minute, but I have seen it.
That shit's good. I really like that. Like, I'm glad no one's like went back and touched that.
Yet.
Yeah. What was it called? Cross my fingers? Whatever. I don't know.
Cross my heart, hope to die.
Yeah.
Stick a finger in your eye.
No luck. But yeah. That was probably like my first favorite video game when I could like comprehend like what levels actually meant.
Oh yeah. Did you ever play Pokemon?
Nah, wasn't a Pokemon guy.
Man.
I watched it
What a
and
miss.
the
The new Pokemon game comes out next month, which is why I was asking.
is that why you got drool inside of your face?
Do I have Drool on the side?
No.
No.
You're just so happy it's coming out. I had this
I am really happy it's coming out. I'm stoked.
this ginormous Pokeball.
Yeah.
And you open it up, like you press the button and it slides open, and it had a bunch of Pokemon marbles in it.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
But like I saw it for like $10. I don't know what happened to that thing.
Yeah.
Like that's the only like Pokemon thing I remember. Like I remember watching the movie. Like was it Pokemon 2000?
Yeah.
With like Mewtwo. Or was that a different one?
So Pokemon the movie 2000 is the second Pokemon movie. I think just Pokemon the movie is the one that has Mewtwo in it. And that shit is sad.
I don't remember.
Oh.
Somebody die?
Almost. Well, technically, yes.
It levels up instead of dying.
No. So, unfortunately, it works for it because of its time frame, but it is literally a, like, my tears brought you back to life moment.
Must have been Pikachu.
Well, more like my tears unturned you. You were turned into stone, and then I guess my tears are just incredibly moisturizing.
I guess.
Then so it made you not stone.
You think Brock's gonna like people are gonna look back
Cancel
at
Brock?
Yeah. like 10 years from now, and they're like, this cocksucker's
I wouldn't be surprised. I've heard people like make that
now?
same reference. No, I haven't heard. No. I've heard people pose that question before. Like, are we going to cancel Brock?
Horny, dude.
Yeah, that's very true.
He an infant rhino.
Yeah.
He was always a little horny.
Right.
Like, and that girl, she's just like, you know, like slept in the same room as him and everything. Like,
Misty?
Yeah.
But he never really hit on Misty. It was just everyone else.
Yeah, because he probably got tired of smelling her panties while she was asleep. He was like, all right, I'm done with this one. Go on to the next one.
Well, she was also always the one, like, giving him a freaking knot on his head and dragging him away when he hit on other people, so.
Yeah, that is true. Yu-Gi-Oh! They didn't have anyone super horny. Not because of his name, but I bet Bones was a fucking horn dog.
Yeah, Bones definitely, for sure.
He ain't no Jeepers Creepers, but he be creeping on the ladies, you know what I mean?
I mean...
That motherfucker be in a dark alley. You want to see my bone?
Yeah.
Not a real one, though.
They could, if they really wanted to, they could have made Tristan thirsty as shit.
Yeah. I bet Weeble was thirsty. He ain't get no play. That's why he got mad and started playing with bugs.
Right.
That motherfucker like, don't get no play.
Yeah, Weevil's an incel, for sure.
Yeah. Pure nematode.
Yeah.
Bandit Keith, he probably like fucking drowned in it, though. I remember like watching that episode, and all I wanted to do was wear bandanas after that.
Nice. Yeah, Bandit Keith did look really cool.
Yeah.
He was a dick. Pegasus is probably horny as fuck, but just for dudes.
Nah, he's probably bi. Like, he definitely got his ass ate by pumping a chick. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, did you see that thing about Stephen A. Smith?
No.
You know who Stephen A. Smith is?
Yeah.
Okay, so... that just triggered because I think this is wild. So Logan Paul had some chick on his show. I think like I didn't go into depth of it. So just like the little bit I skimmed on Twitter, this seemed like basically what had happened. So he had some chick on his show that I think that she
Brittany Renner
claimed that she had hooked up with Stephen A. Smith and basically was like, yeah, Stephen A. Smith likes to eat ass and likes to have his ass eaten. Which, like, I don't care. But the funny part was Stephen A. Smith getting on Twitter and being like, this is bullshit. That's nasty. I would never do that. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I don't believe you. Like,
it's an ass-eating world.
Like, that is a much more, like, common sexual practice these days.
Yeah.
You don't have to be ashamed of it, Stephen A. Smith. It's okay. Like,
eating ass is the blowjob of the 90s. But it was still kind of gross, and some girls wouldn't do it.
I think blowjobs are the blowjob of the 90s. It's just like its own thing.
Yeah, but like what it is today compared, because like some girls they don't dig it. Some girls like, go ahead and put your tongue in there.
All of this stuff has always existed.
Yeah, I know.
It is just like people are just more willing to talk about it, I guess. But
yeah.
Like the ancient Romans were sucking dick and eating ass. Like,
yeah, but like more acceptable. Like, you throw a dart in a crowded room of women, unless they're like lesbian, they all suck dick. Nobody doesn't suck dick now. Like, they may spit, but like everybody, like guys, they all eat pussy. Even if they don't want to eat pussy, they all eat pussy.
they should.
For like, there's at least one girl they're like, all right, I gotta pull out the extra, you know, the little, you know what I'm saying?
Don't do that.
Like, but like, sooner or later, like, I don't do it for all of them, you know?
No, I don't, and I don't need to.
But like, you don't fuck around with people like I did. Like, you actually enjoyed everyone before you had sex with them. Like, you're a good person. We have this in common. You have a thing before the penetration occurs.
That's an interesting way of putting it, but sure.
You never hooked up with a girl on Tinder, like, the same day.
No, that's correct.
Like, but, yeah. So, what the fuck we Stephen A. Smith?
Yeah.
That's funny. I also think it's funny, like, that's the one thing chicks go to nowadays. Because that shit happened to Kanye with Amber Rose. He said something, and she put on there, the whole tweet was, Kanye's, like, fingers in his ass. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Especially, like, her fucking fingernails.
Ooh.
Oomfa.
The fuck? Just want people to see the Reeboks.
Yeah, bro. Those are nice Reeboks.
I love these shoes. They're comfy, too. And that is, like, you don't always get looks good and comfy.
Yeah. Because one of us was buying that day. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. Well, I do know because it was you. I remember I was like, because I was already on the shoe game, and I was like, hey, if you don't buy these, I'm buying them. Somebody's buying them. And then we went up there. I remember the lady was like, $10, 10 for 10? Like $10 a Reebok? And I was like, no, we gotta go back. I found something else I bought.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't go back. It was a Bruce Lee hoodie, that's what it was. But enough of the talk. We got cut off. We got too perverted and the phone sensed it. Well, I got too perverted. I'll leave him out of this.
Thank you.
I was talking about soup bowls and all kinds of stuff. And it cut me off. But we're back. We're doing top 5 reboots in honor of Halloween Ends. Our reboot rules depends on the person. It is what it is. He'll explain the top 5, and then we'll go ahead and get on into it.
How we do our top 5s is he's going to start with his 5 and 4. I'll give my 5 and 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, trade off number 1s. We also have something called the Zemeckis rule, which just means if we both have the same movie on our list, but one person has it 2 spots or higher, we just talk about it once because it saves time.
We talked a lot about movies today. I mean, obviously. Video games today. Mm-hmm. And oddly enough, number 5 is a reboot. Tomb Raider.
That's my number 4.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember we watched this together. Mm-hmm. Came out of the theater. Man, that was really good.
Yeah. Really
fun. It didn't
fun.
feel like a video game movie. It felt like its own separate thing.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana Jones us, we both loved that shit. And we went online. And people were like, man, that shit garbage.
Yeah, I don't understand why people didn't like that movie. I thought that movie was really fun.
And this was one of the few times where it set up a sequel, and I was like, I want to see where this leads. Because you completed the story.
Yeah.
But you still left some food on the plate for me to come back and get some more.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I want the rest of that food. I don't want there to be no leftovers. And Alicia Vikander did an amazing job.
There was a sequel, actress. Wasn't there?
No, there wasn't.
No, there's not? Okay.
There was a sequel to Angelina Jolie's Tomb Raider. It's like, how the fuck did that get a sequel?
Huh.
Like, Daniel Craig wasn't even cool. And, like, that shit got a sequel then.
Yeah.
Because of sex, that's why. Perverts. But number 4, controversial. You could have went with almost any of them. I personally went with the Batman. Because you could have went Dark Knight franchise trilogy.
Yeah.
But to me, I really don't like the... Personally, I hate, despise Dark Knight Rises. Batman Begins, it's fine, it's whatever. It's not the one that I'll go back. I usually skip that and just watch the Dark Knight. Call that a day. But the Batman, people haven't talked about this movie enough. They've had years to talk about the Dark Knight, so I went with the Batman. The gritty, emotional story that it compels and unfolds, and every time it lets out a detail, a clue that Detective Batman has to search and research, you ask questions about it. It gets you more invested into the movie. What it's seen, the villain, the Riddler, spectacular. Their relationships with the Penguin, how he's not really a bad guy. He ain't shooting motherfuckers with a fucking...
He is a bad guy. He is not like
he's not a super
villain, the Penguin.
He's not a super villain. He's a bad guy, which I like that.
Yeah.
More grounded approach.
He's just
to the
a mob
villains.
guy. Yeah.
Like, he's not shooting motherfuckers with umbrellas. That's what I'm trying to say.
Correct, yeah.
And
or eating a raw fish.
Nah, he ain't doing that. But the relationships that all these characters are in between, intertwined and whatnot, and, like, the government being corrupt, and leading back to his father, having doubts about that. That's something new I haven't seen yet. So, Robert Pattinson, fantastic Batman. I'm glad that next movie we'll be getting out of this emo goth boy phase, and you get a new performance, really, as he grows as Bruce Wayne. And I think that's the most compelling thing about this franchise. It's like a start to finish type thing, because we always get Bruce Wayne in the middle of Batman. This is run as Batman, so it'd be interesting to see that. I'm a little worried because I don't like the way the Joker looks.
Yeah, I don't either. We'll see though.
Other than that, hopefully it's a fantastic movie, and it might go up my list. Who knows?
Yeah. So my personal rules for mine, no superheroes, because, well, in our world it may technically be a reboot, but it's also just too easy to be like, oh, different universe, different Batman, different Spider-Man, whatever, blah blah blah. So no superheroes and no direct sequels. So
Top Gun.
Yeah, so Top Gun, not a reboot. It's just you are rebringing well, it's not even a franchise. Now it's a franchise. It wasn't before, but you're bringing something back into light that existed. You are not rebooting or retconning anything. So my rule was, if it is a sequel, it has to retcon something, or it has to be like so outside of what has already existed before that it is very much so just like a reboot or retelling of a story, right? So my number 5, I went with Halloween. Had a lot of fun with it. It retcons every Halloween movie except one. Yeah. Because the way you're supposed to watch it, I mean, it literally is supposed to be one and then this, right? So it was fun. I'm not a horror guy. We saw that movie together. We really enjoyed it. I didn't expect to enjoy it. It's really good. And it was a really like cool way to take a story that started a very long time ago and like bring it into now. And then what?
You're not taking the franchise. You're just taking that sole movie.
Yeah, literally just Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah, and these are all 2018 Halloween. All of mine are just
sole movies.
I mean, I did it that way. There are some of them that could be.
I have 2 franchises.
I do too.
Okay.
Technically, they're probably the same one.
Probably. No.
And then my number 4 was Tomb Raider.
Okay. Now number 3, that super hot fire, Jumanji.
That is my number 2.
Okay.
Our 1, 2, and 3 are probably going to be the same.
I don't think so.
Just in a different order.
I don't think so.
I guarantee you they are. Because I already looked at your list.
You don't like monkeys?
I hate monkeys, but the movies are still good. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Ooh, spoiler alert. So, Jumanji, it ties into the first one, but again, it went from a board game to a video game. It updated it, very modern, made sense. You get the little cameo, whatever you want to call it, Easter egg of the original Jumanji film, but it's totally different. You become characters. Fantastic. These avatars are fucking hilarious. Perfect casting with the avatars. Finally, that's a rock thing. You get a new, fresh Kevin Hart Rock relationship that doesn't feel forced, and it's finally funny again. Because them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
They beat the dead horse, and that motherfucker's in the Godfather's bed. You know what I'm saying? That thing's done. But in this franchise, they made it very funny. And then it came back and did it again with a sequel. Because, like, maybe, like, if we're doing 1 through 10, 100% to 0%, give me a fucking 10-point difference on that. Like, if this is like a 8.5, that's like a 7.5. Maybe higher. Like, it's like right below it.
Yeah.
Great sequel.
The second one is the one where like the grandpas or the dads like get sucked in. Yeah. Yeah. So Jumanji, it was my number 2. It fits my rules because it's definitely not a direct sequel. It just ties into it, and it just completely revamps what the original Jumanji did. I feel like eventually, like maybe with the third.
Is there a third?
I feel like it probably will be. It's still making money.
Still.
Well, not like currently making money, but like the last 2 movies made money, so they will keep making them. And this time, my guess is they will probably do what the original Jumanji did, and then they will like bring it into our world. Because that's what's so different about it.
That's what the sequel ended off.
When Robin Williams got sucked into Jumanji, he was just him in Jumanji, right? So completely revamped it. When they first announced Welcome to the Jungle, I was upset. I was not happy. I love the original Jumanji. It was like a staple of my childhood. I could watch that movie over and over again and enjoy every second of it, except for the really crappy CGI monkeys, because as we are probably going to talk about very soon, I really don't like monkeys. But I was really apprehensive. Went and saw it. It was hilarious. It was funny. It had a good story. I was like completely surprised by how much I just thoroughly enjoyed that movie. I think you could have even like not made it a Jumanji movie, and it still would have been just as good. But like, if you're gonna talk in technical terms, the best video game movie of all time. Like, but yeah, really loved it. It was good.
Personally, I think it's better than the original. Personally.
Well, we're all wrong sometimes.
Anyways, Planet of the Apes is my number 2.
That's my number 3.
I'm taking the trilogy as a whole.
Yeah, I
for this one as well.
Mm-hmm.
How they structured this and had the slow burn build to it, and they gave you a little bit at the climax of each movie. Like, that made the third one disappointing, but third one's still not that bad. Woody Harrelson could have been a better villain. It could have been more action, and it would have been perfect. But, like, the story they told was perfect. And then you get to the end, and the son's born. And that son leads into the original Planet of the Apes trilogy. I mean, film series, because there's like 6 of them, 5 of them, I believe. And it's like, oh, shit. We're here. And this has made a really cool special moment. And you just get a bunch of really cool, fun, different relationships and sides to this that made it almost a political issue in some films.
Mm-hmm.
In most of the films, actually. Than it was a story of relationships and hate and things like that. So layered. Good action. CGI is fantastic. Aaron Sorkin was like, this is what I'm going to be known for. And that's what he's known for. That and Gollum. That creepy looking fucker.
Andy Serkis?
What did I say?
You said Aaron Sorkin. I was like, huh. Okay. Don't know where we're going with that.
It's on your list.
Right. It is on my list. I hate monkeys. Monkeys are stupid. They're not entertaining to me. Don't like them at all. That being said, these are really well-made films. I can acknowledge that and still hate monkeys. I had to do some, like, a little bit of research to make sure that it fit my criteria. Because, honestly, I was running out of, like, good movies that fit this criteria.
Yeah, it was a very hard list to make.
So I was like, I really want this to be on there. Let me see how it fits. So I read, like, synopsises of all the other Planet of the Apes movies. Have you seen...
All of them.
You've seen all of them?
Except for the Mark Wahlberg 2004 one.
The Tim Burton one?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, turns out this Planet of the Apes trilogy completely retcons a ton of stuff from the originals. Like, it's not even close. Like, timeline is screwed up. How the apes get smart is completely screwed up. The first ones have some disease that wipes out every cat and dog on the planet. And then people are like, I want monkeys as pets, which, like, why the heck would we ever do that? That's unrealistic. But yeah, they're good. But I also just honestly had more fun reading all the crazy shit that happens in the original ones, because there's some, like, really wild shit that happens in the originals.
The sequel, or maybe it's the third one.
Well, it's just like, okay, like, first of all, the whole, like, weird, like, time warp thing of how, like, Charlton Heston and all them even got in the future in the first place is wild. And then everything that happens in the first movie happens. And then they're like, oh, hey, there's, like, these underground humans that, like, worship an atomic bomb that, like, and they, I guess, from, like, nuclear radiation are, like, psychopaths.
It's a cult, yeah.
Or, like, psychopathic now. And then they're just like, fuck it, we're gonna blow this shit up too. And then fast forward to, like, the next set of movies, and they're like, oh, these apes didn't die. this bomb is actually what opened the wormhole that let them go back to Earth into the past and be like, it's nuts, man.
Bro, the third one is literally...
You might say it's bananas. I hate monkeys.
The third one is literally like a 70s sitcom. At least two apes, like, dressed as humans, like, living in New York. The most weird, wild shit ever. It's amazing. The first one's a masterpiece, though, I think. When it comes to top 5 sci-fi movies on any, like, list of all time. When it comes to sci-fi movies, easy for me. But
sure, why not?
I think on, like, non-bias, let's see the top 5 or top 10. But anyways, number 1, Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah, same.
How do you make this good? Well, Mel Gibson, even though he's a evil Gentile and most people don't like him, but there is a huge attachment to his character with fans who love cinema. What do? Get a badass actor to play him and have him not talk.
Yeah.
And then you have another badass in the movie and make her the main focus. And Furiosa killed it. She was amazing.
Yeah.
She was incredible.
It's true. Yeah, so I also was reading a little bit about this because I was like, what is the Mad Max timeline? Is this supposed to be, like, canonical? Is it all supposed to be in line with each other? And so the original idea was that they did...
It's a direct sequel, right?
Huh?
It's a direct sequel, right?
They wanted it to be because they wanted Mel Gibson to come back and play Max again. That was the original idea. But he didn't, so now it's like, well...
Good for him.
For George Miller or for Mel Gibson?
Mel Gibson, because he could have took that and made a lot of money.
Right.
But instead, he's like in like B movies, killing it.
Like Fat Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like...
He's not a sellout.
It's... You can't... I don't think that you can say it is a direct sequel because Max hasn't aged at all. Like, a lot of people's point is like, in Fury Road, all of the vehicles are like modern vehicles, where all the vehicles in... Like, and then that doesn't make sense. So if the world went crazy and lost its shit in the 70s... Because in the OG Mad Max movies, it's like all the vehicles are like 70s vehicles. And then you jump forward, and there's like a 2012 Mustang modded out to some shit. Who made that shit?
Is it?
The world has been done. Yeah.
I don't know cars.
Oh, well, I read all of this today. So like it can't. It cannot be in the same universe. Like it can. You just have to like have a big suspension of disbelief. And I'm going to choose not to because I want this to work for my rules for my list. And that's it. The movie's excellent. Can't wait to see Furiosa. Shit's probably going to be badass.
If it ever gets made.
It will.
George Miller's old.
Doesn't matter. They will replace him. That movie is going to make money. They are not going to not make that movie.
It's been quite a while since it's been made.
It doesn't matter. They're not going to not make that movie.
Like, I'm surprised there hasn't been a sequel already. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, well, I mean, COVID fucked a lot of shit up.
Yeah.
Set everything back.
But, yeah, in my mind, when I made my list, I didn't read anything. Reading's for prisoners. Mad Max.
You are.
Road Warrior. Fury Road. There is no Thunderdome. Sorry, Tina Turner.
Turtle?
Turner. Tina Turner.
Tina Turtle.
Yeah. Franklin's mom.
Nice.
But those are our top 5 reboots. Very hard list. Tell us down low in the comment section with your top 5. Did you enjoy the podcast? Tell us that as well. Scroll back up, hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe.
It's not a game, it's a rich